Snoop Dogg and D.R.E. Nah, nigga.
Guess who's back?
Still. You still doing that shit, Andre?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Check me out.
Cassius Clay.
It's still Dre Day, nigga. AK, nigga. Though I've grown a lot, can't keep it home a lot. Cause when I frequent the spots that I'm known to rock, you hear the bass from the truck when I'm on the block. Ladies, they pay homage, but haters say...
Let's go back to this. La Portia, Washington.
The street, this is during the attack. I heard shots start firing, and they came through my window, broke my glass, and hit me in my arm. They sped off in front of us, and the truck slowed down and continued to fire as he was in front of us. Washington told CNN that she threw her body over her eldest daughter in the front passenger seat and told her other 3 daughters to get down. But once the shooting was over, one of her other...
Wait a minute, so this is a drive-by? They didn't mean to kill this girl. But they're looking for a white guy? So what, it's a white gangster? I don't get it. It's so nauseating. Like, we're supposed to highlight this story in a sea of other stories where black people are the perps. And nobody's going to comment? Be like, what do you know? I wonder why Sean King and John Iadarola are covering this story. You don't think that's the story? That's the story. Why the fuck are you covering this story? That's the story.
Their daughters discovered that 7-year-old Jasmine was dead. She had been shot in the head, either randomly from...
Oh, right. It could have been just a 40-year-old white dude just looking to off a 7-year-old black girl. That could be a possibility, John. What the fuck is your problem? Do you see what I'm talking about? He just floated that concept out there. Maybe, just maybe, he meant to... Maybe it was a hit. John, what motivation does he have to kill a 7-year-old black girl? What? Name it. Oh, John, has he been emboldened by Trump? You know those racists out there. He is white after all, you fucking hick.
This psychopath, or possibly, I mean, it could be a hate crime.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, it could be a hate crime. Right, I mean, a lot of times you just hear about white dudes doing drive-bys on black little girls. I mean, it's kind of a rampant trend, John. Just, I mean, you don't feel any responsibility to float that idea out there. Fucking hell. John, what about this idea? That 7-year-old black girl could have been worse than Hitler. She could have been, I'm not saying she was, but I'm saying she could have been the mastermind behind a pedophile ring. So she was like a madam for a brothel, but the brothel was like little girls. More little, I guess would be a better, more little than her. 5-year-olds. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying that's the way it is. I'm saying it's a potential. It's possible that she was an evil bitch who deserved to die. Look, there's no evidence. I'm not saying, I can't back that up. I just made that up. If I'm going to be honest with you, I just made it up. Just like, John, you just made up the fact that this white guy could have been killing a little baby black girl for the fuck of it because he's a hateful racist. Maybe, John, fucking hell. These people are sickening. They're sickening. Do you know that this type of shit, if you try to pass this shit off at an actual news agency where there's actual integrity, you'd get fired that day. You'd be fired. Be like, excuse me, why did you just float out that obvious race hustling propaganda, that fear-mongering divisive bullshit based off abso-fucking-lutely nothing? Why did you just do that? You just tarnished the reputation of our news network. You fucking loser. Why? To stoke up fears? To enrage people? To start a race war? What the fuck is your problem? These people are morons. They're dangerous. Understand. God damn it, read in between the lines. This is not just a story. That's not just a sentence. What he just said was an atrocious expose about the fact that the man has no morals. He doesn't give a fuck. This type of behavior and these types of narratives are rewarded. But not just his audience, his employer, his gank, fat fucking gank, loves this shit. He claps like a walrus to this. He's as fat as a walrus. Oh my God. Could have been a hate crime. Yeah, could have been a hate crime. Yeah. Totally, John.
crime. It could be some sort of race-based thing. But in any event,
could be. I mean, John, Sean King just randomly selected a story where a white killed a black. I mean, man bites dog, John. Man bites dog.
Person is currently unaccounted for. There is some information, as we've shown you, a little bit of a description, some idea of what the vehicle is like, but still no idea of who this.
Look at this. Gunman shot 7-year-old girl in the head. That's the headline? You don't think this is an accident? You think he aimed for her head? I mean, getting shot up in a drive-by, there's always innocent people who get hit. Ricochets and, I mean, have you not seen Boys in the Hood? This is like Ghetto Movie 101. But yeah, gunman shot the 7-year-old. Okay, yeah.
This person is, and so that is why Sean King, the civil rights lawyer, are looking for information, as of course the police are as well.
I mean, it continues.
Oh God, here we go. The Predator. What's he got? It continues. You know, man. It's just one of those things. Black people getting killed by white people. I mean, it is a crazy trend. I mean, per capita, it's like 25 times more likely for a black to kill a white than a white to kill a black. But disregard. Don't even mention that. Don't know that. Avoid that.
What a horrible way to start some news at the beginning of the year. And not that this is anything different or new.
It's not different or new, right? So white men are doing drive-bys on little black girls. That's not new. It's literally the first time it's ever happened. It's not.
But I mean, again, we're in an information age where more people can get a chance to find things out. We know.
The information age is the cherry pick age. It's the confirmation bias age. It's the Pandora's box has been opened and all the fucking morons are coming out of the woodwork age.
So Sean King was all over.
There's no filtering on the information age. There's no curators for the information. There's no trusted source. You guys think we trust you and your values? Are you unbiased? You don't have an agenda? You're just giving us the news. Give us the facts, Jack. Just the facts. Let us determine what's what we think about the truth, the news, the facts. Oh no? That's not what's happening?
Where assailants there were in Charlottesville. Am I right? Yeah.
And track.
Charlottesville gets a mention? What? Charlottesville? Huh?
Some of them down.
Track some of them down.
And in other instances as well.
Fired.
Oh, that is some bullshit. Sean King, he put out a reward to find the white supremacists, quote unquote, from Charlottesville. These are guys who were stalked by black dudes after that little convention they had or whatever. They're trying to walk back to their cars. They get jumped. They fight back and defend themselves. Half of these guys got beaten up, by the way. The white guys got beaten up. But one black guy, they got the better of him and they returned fire on him. He had been attacking them. They fought back. So let me spell this out. They were utterly and completely morally justified in acting in their self-defense. Sean King framed it as white supremacists attack black guy. Couldn't have been more wrong. Could not have been more wrong. It's like saying, America, unprovoked, preemptively attacked Japan in World War II. What the fuck, America? Nope, you forgot Pearl Harbor, Sean. You forgot about that one little thing. Terrible movie. I just heard a report about it. Ben Affleck. It was terrible. I've never seen it. Cuba Gooding Jr. overacting. Awful. But yeah. So Sean King, we're instantly into Charlottesville. Can you look at the way their synapses work? We have a situation, nobody knows really anything about it, but apparently they're looking for a white guy and there was a drive-by. So it could have been gang related. Who knows what the fuck it's about? A kid is tragically killed, but she's black, driver or shooter is white. You remember that, remember those racist white people? Well, here's how I brought that together. Charlottesville and this random incident in a completely different part of the world. It's the word white. It's the color white. It's white people. I mean, where are we going to next? The Nazis of Germany? They were white. Makes just as much sense. You might as well leapfrog from this random drive-by whatever to Charlottesville to Nazi Germany. Why not? I mean, we're going down this rabbit hole. It's incoherent. You people are fucking terrible at what you pretend to do.
Others arrested for the assaults they're pulling. So that's the only...
They weren't pulling assaults. They were being attacked.
Hopeful moment you have in going to something like this. And, you know, to find out what the motive is.
God, he has a big-ass nose. Look at that thing. Girthy as fuck.
And then also make sure this guy goes to prison the rest of his life.
Really? Should we make sure that the guy who killed an innocent little child goes to prison? Thanks for stating the obvious. What else do you got? What else you have? I mean, was that really necessary to say? We needed you to tell us that this guy should go to jail for killing a child. Is that what it's come to? You really nailed that. You mastered the moral complexity of this issue. Jesus.
So, I don't know. It's hard to connect it to the temperature.
Oh, it's hard to what?
And the I guess the anger that's going on in the country right now.
Oh, okay. No, there's the analysis part of this. Okay, so, you know, Trump has emboldened people. There's a lot of hate, just, you know, radical right, and it's, you know, let's make some assumptions about this guy's political, I mean, as if we have any idea what this guy could be about. It could have been a drug deal gone bad for all we know. But yeah, it's probably Trump and just the atmosphere of hate and the fucking whites.
But you can't help but to connect it to that. Like,
no, you can't help because this is your desperate attempt to connect your 10 talking points. Always and forever. That's why I made the regressive agenda.
Now we can.
Hey, by the way, does anybody realize that I'm doing this fucking live, off the cuff, one take Tracy? Do you understand that that's why I'm the real deal? I'm in a fucking hotel room in Denver doing this shit. I should be in front of a crowd of people. You are a crowd of people. You can't fake this. Do you understand that? If you could do this, you would do this. You can't do this. If you were as interesting as I am, I'd be watching you. That's not the case. You're watching me. Do you understand? This is truth. I mean, nobody does it like this. Nobody, trust me, I listen. I look. You know, I'm looking around. There's nobody on the market like this. Oh, I'll edit my sound. I'll take out all my pops and clicks, like sniffle, this and that. Yeah, I'll take that out. I'll clean it up. I'll add some music. I'll add some visuals. But the real deal is me, Devin Tracy. I'm the fucking product here. Do you understand? I don't even have free will. I'm a vessel for my own brain. I'm a spokesperson for the freaking gray matter that is churning out this brilliance. Moment after moment, and you are lucky enough to be on the planet to experience it firsthand, live. Do you understand how lucky you are? You're a son of a bitch. Patreon me. Now. Open up another tab. Now. Motherfuckers. Ungrateful. It's unreal. Unreal. They don't even know what they have. I'm a diamond not in the rough. Remember Aladdin, a diamond in the rough? I'm not even in the rough. I'm openly exposing. Naked. Here's brilliance. Go, it's for free, you fucking losers. Take it. Fucking incels. You guys make me sick sometimes. Just sickening. I hear you. We're living in a world with a sad amount of completely brainwashed humans. Thanks for your work. Hopefully it can make some people come to reason. Good to hear you live. Yes. Well, I appreciate that. Devin is in his own right now. Yeah, I got passionate. Devin's ego, Richard Spencer's ego. You understand that I'm 13% joking. I'm 13% joking. 73. That's an army. The fucking few and the proud. You're the man. I mean, okay, I'll put aside the shtick, but here's the God's honest truth. What I'm saying is devastatingly accurate. I'm not saying that, as this douchebag said, because I have an ego. This is not about me dick measuring. Okay? This is about me being honest again. The insights I bring to every fucking one of these videos is special. Not because it's special inherently, because it's not. Like if I said this shit to my girlfriend or my father, they'd be like, thanks for stating obvious things, Devin. But when I say it to the general public, who are so deluded and so simple-minded, it does come across as brilliance. It really does. 80%, 87% Tracy. Don't tread on me. Okay, we need a... Brown Fabio is laughing at you right now. Oh, please tell me. Oh, is he stream sniping? Oh, God, that would be the funniest thing ever. Fucking please tell me he stream. You have pretty solid takes. Thank you. As solid as this.
All right, let's give it a point, Richard!
All right, let's give it a Richard. I hate those DJs. That is terrible. All right, let's go back to this story. Hold on. Oh, they still got a lot of analysis.
Continue to downplay and disregard the lives of certain children.
Huh?
And it's just...
How is this being disregarded? Huh? What a fucking spin job that is. Oh, not everybody knows about a kid who was shot and killed. This is America. There's 50 murders a day. 50 a day. And there's a 24-hour news cycle. What are we supposed to do? What do you want to have happen? That's just utter lies. It's bullshit to say, oh, yeah, we just don't pay attention when it's a certain color. No. In the same way that none of us know about the other 49 people killed today, it has nothing to do with race and has nothing to do with what people want to talk about. What's the story? What's the story? I mean, Jesus. You want to watch the AP wire for all incoming crime stats? I mean, like, such a garbage framing of this story.
This is kind of stark. You don't see this happening to certain other folks. So when you talk
We don't see... What are you talking about? We don't see... Do you want me to break out a list of the people who have died today, find out how many of them are white, and then be like, hey, Predator, what about these stories? We didn't hear about them. Oh, it's just such a baseless, racist narrative. It doesn't exist. You're lying.
drive-bys, everybody, we sensationalize and talk about how much drive-bys, and we connect that to these black thugs. And
oh, really? Yeah, right. Here's the real story, guys. Drive-bys aren't really from black people. No. Yeah, anybody want to crunch the numbers on that? Didn't I just do a story about a drive-by where it was like black dudes? I think they had hired some Uber guy, sort of dude, like a ghetto Uber, and they went off and shot somebody, shot him in the stomach, and then the cop shot the guy who just done the drive-by. So that was the story. The story became, what's up with that cop? All he did was shoot a dude who was just involved with the drive-by. I'm sorry, Predator, but black people are committing more drive-bys than anyone else, and it's not even fucking close. So you're trying to now paint the picture that it's white dudes killing black children? And that's the real story that we've all been avoiding? I don't think so.
in gangs, historically. This thug drove
It's a thug now. Oh, you've reclaimed the word.
up on a family together going shopping. And
Oh, the outrage. Can you believe this? A guy pulled a gun and shot someone? Wow. Guys, if that's the all it takes for you to do a story on somebody, if they pull out a gun and start shooting people, you got a lot of stories about black people coming up. Oh, you're not going to cover those?
and just opened fire.
Yeah, 5
for,
women.
For whatever reason. Because
Yeah, it could be a hate crime. But, let's explore that possibility. Right, John?
he's a garbage person.
He's a garbage human. The Anita Sarkeesian school of thought. Just like Sargon of Akkad is a garbage human, this white guy who killed a young black girl is a bad person. Again, thank you for your sophisticated moral analysis of the situation. Let's all hold hands and talk about how bad this guy is who shot someone. Yes, we're all in agreement. But what makes it especially repugnant is when you look at the races of the people involved and then extrapolate in the most irresponsible and ludicrous way imaginable.
Yeah.
And I would love to see the president come out and start tweeting about this.
Yeah, right. The president's going to comment on every drive-by random, petty, local crime. You expect him to do that? Why? What's the point? I mean, these people try to use situations like this and blow it up to further their agenda. So right now their agenda is fuck whites. It's Sean King's agenda is definitely fuck whites. All the TYT does is fuck whites. So they randomly pick a story where the white guy was the bad guy. And then, yeah, let's blow this up. Let's hashtag this. Yeah. Throw it on the Pantheon. It's Michael Brown and Tamir Rice and Jasmine, the poor 7-year-old. Let's build a statue. Let's start a GoFundMe. Fucking whites every time out. Those damn whites. They're so violent. So the problem is, if you actually were against violence, if you actually were against drive-bys, if you actually were against the killing of black people, you would be against black people. That would be the lion's share of where your attention should be going. Black people. Your silence on that is deafening. And it speaks to your utter hypocrisy on this.
He'll tweet about a murder of a single person and how we need to make sure these people come to justice. I would love to see some kind of act of showing how we need to do something different.
So wait, you expect the President of the United States to stop everything he's doing and tweet about random acts of violence like this? As if there's something that needs, like, you don't think the police is on this? You don't think they're trying to find this guy? You don't think that there's a system in play here? I mean, are you insane? They're acting like a white guy just went up and capped a black kid in the back of the head, and everybody just turned the other cheek. And they're just like, yeah, whatever. It's a new Jim Crow. What? What do you want? You want us to actually like investigate this or arrest somebody? What? Come on.
Different here because we always talk about how it comes from the top. If there's a certain tone and
emboldened. Go to the Trump emboldens the racist narrative. Because I'm sure the guy in the car was probably a Trump guy. I mean, he's white, he's killing black people. I mean, come on. This probably has everything to do with Trump.
character that comes from the top of our country about certain folks, people that are willing to be your foot soldiers will do things. Again, I'm not making the direct connection.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Trump is in favor of killing 7-year-old black girls. I mean, he doesn't overtly say it, but it's kind of in the subtext of everything he does say. You can kind of read the tea leaves.
But it's easy to do it when you don't think anybody's going to care.
Yeah.
We got to show them that we care about this.
Well, look, and
What? We got to show them that we care. Show off your empathy. I care. I feel your pain. I feel that pain. JR and John, so many deaths happened today, not just in America, around the world. Did you hear about that guy in Guatemala who got killed? I don't know if that actually happened, but I'm assuming it did. Yeah, he's killed, and I care about that. That's something that touches me deeply. He was a dude in Guatemala. He had a wife and kids. He's no longer with us. Look, the details of the case, it was a personal dispute. It was ex-boyfriend had come up, and it was a domestic whatever, and he was stabbed to death. It's tragic, but I just want to let you know, everyone listening, I care. I care about that man in Guatemala. You know what I'm saying? Like, think of that. Here, think of two things. Think of the fact that that man's wife and kids will never have him in their lives, and they're going to have to mourn him and grieve over that loss. I want you to think about that. Then, and primarily, think about how I, Devin Tracy, care about that man in Guatemala. That's really kind of the headline of this. Because, look, we know this is a game. We know I'm playing a game of musical chairs here. We're dicking around here. Let's be honest, it's a big fucking world. Okay, I can't care about all the shit, but I do want you to know that I care sometimes. Sometimes I care about specific things when it benefits me. I'm not going to do anything. I'll bitch at the president to send out a tweet condemning the murder of a child. Hey, Donald, could you tell, Donald, are you in favor of this 7-year-old child being murdered? No, he's not. Could you tweet about it? Why? What? What are you talking about? And then tomorrow, do you want him to tweet about, hey, there was a rape in Arkansas? Was there? Well, what was the races involved? Don't worry about the races. It was a rape in Arkansas. Yeah? Well, shouldn't the president tweet about that? What do you want him to say? Well, say that rape is bad or that he feels bad for the victim of the rape. Wait, why? You think it's his job to let you know that he's against rape? You don't assume he's against rape? You don't think this guy's been arrested? And if he hasn't been arrested, we're trying to arrest him? Like, we have to delegate this shit. He's not the virtue signaler in chief. And neither are you fuckers. It's so nauseating. It's vanity, posing as journalism.
And honestly, that's one of the reasons why I'm so glad that Sean and others online have been spreading
Sean, drop fucking dead.
information about Jasmine and her killing, because I didn't see it on any of the news sites.
You didn't see it, John? John, what were you looking for? Clearly you did see it on the news site. Why are you covering this? You saw, because Sean King mentioned it? I'm sure the regressive rags have picked it up. I mean, where are you going for your news? What news are you watching? Anderson Cooper? You think CNN's going to cut to a local story? Just a mundane killing drive-by? Do you think that's what the news is? A chronicling of crimes from random cities in America on a daily basis? That's not the news. Once again, you have to select, you have to edit. Nobody has time for this shit. Hey, there was a home invasion in Tacoma, Washington yesterday. And? Well, it was an assault. It was, a robbery. So? Well, are you saying you're not against it? Yeah, I'm against it. This is fucking insane.
Moments ago, we told you about the manhunt for the gunman who killed 7-year-old Jasmine Barnes in a drive-by shooting near Houston on Sunday. Right now, police are saying the attack was unprovoked. And joining me now on the phone is LaPortia Washington, Jasmine's mother. Mrs. Washington, I'm so sorry for your loss, first of all. Thank you so much.
Investigators are hustling tonight to get justice for Jasmine.
Deputies say they are chasing many possible leads linked to the sketch, and this video released 24 hours ago. Your help could be the missing piece investigators need in East Harris County.
It's your first look at Jasmine Barnes' big sister Alexis, who was in the car when shots rang out 3 days ago and looked right into the face of the killer.
Like sick. He looked sick.
She describes him as a thin, white man in his 40s with blue eyes and wearing a black hoodie.
The desperate manhunt that is taking place in Houston, of course, for the killer of that 7-year-old child, a young girl who was there in the car with her sisters and her mother. They were driving on a roadway when someone opened fire. Her funeral this weekend, the manhunt continues. Here's Will Carr. Will.
Good morning, Candace. Authorities here at the Harris County Sheriff's Office are hoping for a big break in this case after they just released new surveillance video of the suspect's truck. They actually teamed up with NASA, even with the
reward for information leading to the arrest of Jasmine Barnes' killer is now up to $100,000. That money has been raised by journalist Sean King, and police have released a sketch of a possible suspect along with the surveillance video of the truck the killer was driving.
He's wanted for shooting the 7-year-old as she rode in her mother's car last Sunday. The little girl's mother was also wounded in the attack.
Go to, and by the way, I have an RSS feed that has a lot of them, big ones, little ones, and I didn't really see anything about this. So thankfully, there is social media.
What is the outrage? A kid was killed in a drive-by. What's the story? John, this is not a riveting tale. You guys have tried to spin it as, a potential Trump emboldened racist hate crime was committed by a white guy against a black because they were black, maybe? Is that your angle on it? You just made that up because you're race-baiting whores.
To help fill in the gaps. Now, as you were just trying to figure out, to some extent, what could lead a person to theoretically do this.
Here we go. Lay it on thick again, Johnny boy. Bring up race one more time.
Obviously, the family who was affected by this thinking about that as well. We have some video. This is of LaPortia.
LaPortia Washington is about... Okay, LaPortia Washington, she has a 7-year-old girl. How old is LaPortia? 19? No. 23. Go ahead.
Mother of Jasmine. It's difficult to watch, but in this interview, you'll see she's still in the hospital, obviously, because she was shot as well.
Oh, wait. LaPortia was shot? So that sort of puts a little snag in your gunman shot 7-year-old girl theory in the head, as if she was targeted. I guess bullets were flying, John. Maybe we should hold back our speculation, You think? Wait a day or two, see what the cops say, wait till we catch the guy, get the information? No, let's just run with the rampant speculation. Fuck it.
Trying to work through what happened to her and her family.
I replayed.
Oh my God, she's like 20.
This moment.
I replayed this moment
in my head over 1 million times to see, did I cut this man off? Did I make a wrong turn in front of him? Did I stop him from getting out of the Walmart for whatever he was doing? Did I do anything wrong?
Okay, so she knew this guy, or like, who knows? Who knows what went down?
To cause this man to fire shots in my car. And I did it. I didn't do anything. I didn't make a wrong turn.
Oh, didn't do nothing. All right, well, that's your side of the story. We'll find out what his side is. So it could be a road rage incident. That's what it sounds like now. It's probably not some gang-related, drug-related thing. It's probably road rage. I mean, you know, see, people are so fucking weak. They get caught up in the empathy Olympics. So, like, I'm supposed to sit here and be like, oh, she got shot, she lost her daughter. Obviously sad. Obviously sad for her. That's not the issue. That's not why we're here. This is not emotional porn. Somebody's losing someone every day. You can go and do that. If you get something out of that, go for it. Go cry at a Hallmark commercial. Okay? Go watch Little House on the Prairie. What I'm here to determine is what happened. She's giving a side of her story. I'm skeptical. I'd like to hear the other side. Okay? Now, it doesn't mean the guy's justified. Obviously, he deserves to go to jail. I mean, he pulled out a gun and shot someone. So it's, you know my stance on guns. And the guy is probably guilty of sin. But that doesn't mean there's not an explanation to what went down. And that explanation would come from the cops after an investigation. And we're not hearing any of that. We're hearing the sob story of the Dindu mother who's, tragic. And why show us this? Why show us the hospital bed interview? It's to manipulate your emotions. It's to say, look at this poor black woman. I mean, again, I could show you 100 clips where the black person is the violent criminal and the victim is a white person. 100 in a row right now. And I could show you interviews of the poor white victims. Oh my God, I was just doing minding my own business. All of a sudden, this black guy came up and he beat me up and he robbed me, he killed me. Well, he probably wouldn't be interviewed if he had been killed. But maybe by John Edwards.
I didn't get over in his lane. I didn't do none of that. He fired off at us.
So, okay, here's the story. White guy in car, she knew him. So she seems to know of his existence. In other words, it wasn't just randomly. It wasn't just a guy. A guy I'd never seen before just pulled out a gun and shot at me. It was a guy who was in the parking lot, who I was driving next to or nearby. So she seems to know of this guy. They must have been driving near each other for a while. And we're to believe that this guy, for no reason whatsoever, pulled out a gun and shot at their car. Anyone think that's what happened? Does anyone think that's what happened? 40-year-old guy. Maybe. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. And the Young Turks are going to just take this as gospel right here. There's no intellectual curiosity as to, this doesn't sound plausible. I mean, if it was road rage, we know that that's a phenomenon. But usually even in that situation, there is something like a triggering effect. So, I don't know.
That's for no reason. None.
So now look
can't
where
even
we
imagine.
Are. Now look where we are. Now this mother who lost her daughter and had to jump in front of her other daughter and
shield her with her body
and ready to take.
Oh, right. Now he's going to say. Now she has to say she didn't do nothing. Isn't that crazy? So they fully believe what she's saying. Because she's black, she has to say, "I didn't do anything." Isn't that crazy? She's the victim. She's the victim, and she's still trying to go out of her way to say I'm not the bad guy. Such bullshit.
Bullets in her back or wherever over it. Now is running in her mind what she did wrong. So if you cut him off, if you impeded his way of getting out of the Walmart, if you drove by and flicked him off, none of it should cause him to do this.
Really, JR? God, it's amazing. It's almost like you're the sound engineer who basically just got promoted to being an on-air analyst for no fucking reason, and you have no idea what you're saying. That was a totally worthless statement. So, are you telling me that if I flick someone off while driving, that doesn't justify them killing me? Or my child? Really? JR, seriously? Are we sure about that? That's a really bold statement, dude. If what you have to say is that devoid of meaning, don't say it. Just don't. Don't say it. Shut your fucking mouth. You're wasting our time.
But that's running in her mind now. What did I do to potentially cause my daughter to get shot by this madman?
Yeah.
What did I do? Now she's left with that burden and that
Well, thankfully, she seems to have accepted that she is not responsible.
Yeah, or she's covering and not giving us the full story. So even if the guy is wrong for shooting her car, it still doesn't mean that she had no part in the situation. So we'll wait and see, let's hear the other guy's side of the story. And if it comes out that it's not what Jasmine Barnes is saying, they'll never do a follow-up. In fact, Sean King's on record, he's done this before, where he'll say something, it turns out to be a completely false story, and he'll just delete the tweet and pretend like it never happened. They'll just brush it under the rug, whatever.
She had to sit and think about it
She does
a
think
million
about it.
times.
Yeah.
That thought should never cross your mind. There should be you know what? I'm sick of this, should be the things that she's able to say. Instead, she has to go, how was this my fault?
What do you mean, I'm sick of this? How many times do you think her daughter's been killed in a drive-by? I'm sick of this?
If this white dude came up and rolled up and...
This white dude came up and what? So him being white is important to... Why did you just say this white dude? What? What? Wait a minute. Was he right-handed or left-handed? So, yeah, man, this left-handed dude came up to me. Yeah, man. Why would you throw that attribute on this situation? So the fact that he was white has something to do with it? Fucking crazy.
Shot up with my entire family.
Yeah.
What did I do wrong?
Yeah,
nothing, man. You didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, you believed her, eh? Okay. You didn't do anything. I didn't do nothing. Yeah, man, she didn't do nothing. In fact, you don't even have to tell us you didn't do nothing. In fact, how about this? Blanket statement. Carpet bomb this whole, on the entire race. We understand, black people. You never did nothing. You never did nothing. Let's assume it. That's default. Go ahead.
Exactly. Yeah. She didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, she didn't do anything wrong. The newsman has said it. She didn't do anything wrong. She said she didn't do anything wrong. You know my evidence that she didn't do anything wrong? She said she didn't do nothing. Boom. John, you'd make a great lawyer. Your skepticism is awe-inspiring, sir.
There is an opportunity, though, if you're watching this, for you to do something right.
GoFundMe?
Family has set up a GoFundMe page. If we could bring up this graphic, you're going to see a link to it is GoFundMe.com/justice for my daughter Jasmine, with dashes between the words, raising money for both the continuing health expenses of the family who survived but were shot and horribly injured in this attack, also funeral and all of that. As of us filming it, it raised something like $14,000. I personally think in America we can do a lot better than that. When I think about some of the other GoFundMes that I've seen for far less worthy causes than
other GoFundMes, like from white people, like Build the Wall.
The family who's been affected by this unimaginable tragedy.
If you can't help with the GoFundMe, go to the Go Find Him.
Yeah, exactly.
Go find him.
Yeah, I mean...
Was that a joke?
Look, there are other people in that area that might recognize this truck, that might know.
Oh, for fuck's sake, are they fucking LARPing like the TYT millennial shit bags who are stoned off their ass playing video games and like putting this on in the background? You think they're going to go on a manhunt to find this guy? What, are you that delusional? The cops are dealing with this. Your dorky ass fans don't give a fuck and I cannot help even if they wanted to.
Based on the description of the guy, it is possible.
Well, the description of the guy, what? He's a white guy. That was your description.
Possible they could track him down. And
yeah, you know, in fact, I think I saw a white guy in the lobby of my hotel today. I might have to put him under citizen's arrest.
You know, fingers crossed that that we get some justice here.
Oh yeah, I'll be following up on this story. Jasmine Barnes, you got to be fucking kidding me.